You've just got to get to Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda in Greenville, online at gatewaydeal.com.
My name's Trey, and this is
Riley.
And you're watching your high school sports.
Welcome to this edition of Your High School Sports. We are powered by Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda, home of the lifetime warranty. Guys, second week of the playoffs, some surprises. I know y'all got one. I know you talked about one last week, and it happened.
It happened.
It actually happened.
Boom or bust.
Boom or bust.
The blueprint's out there.
Before we get into it, here's the question of the week. In your opinion, which everybody has one, in your opinion, what is the best classification in the state of Tennessee? There's 6 of them. Class 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, and 6A. What is the best?
Who you start with?
I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
Closer to me.
All right, closer to you. Here we go. So the best, obviously the best competition probably would be 6A, but as far as, or not competition, best teams, you know, is that Power 32 or whatever, anyway, with the 6A. But as far as real competition and closeness of teams really competing, because we talked a little bit about this last week, sometimes, you know, some of these conferences have been a little lopsided, but I tell you what, my pick is actually, as far as in East Tennessee, 2A. I don't know much on the west side of Tennessee, but 2A, and I'm going to tell you why, because this year at least, very competitive football, very evenly matched teams. We're going to talk about some of the teams that are actually, we're going to be talking about a little bit later in the show, but you had an excellent year from Happy Valley. Happy Valley went 9-1. In that same conference, you had Gatlinburg-Pittman. Gatlinburg-Pittman, I believe, beat Happy Valley, didn't
They sure did in overtime.
Also, you had Hampton was another 9-1, I think, team. Or did they go 8-2? Did they go 9-1? They went 9-1 also. That's right, because it was a two-way tie there. So that was just in one conference. Now, in that same conference, you had Sullivan North. Sullivan North was not a team to sleep on. They always play competitive ball. Sullivan North at one time was a 3A school and played competitive ball in 3A. So you had them in the same conference as well. So in other words, just from that one conference, all 4 of those teams, it was heavily loaded, meaning any one of those teams could have beaten any of the other teams in the other divisions. So I don't even want to go into it in Knoxville, Mark. I mean, you got the powerhouse Austin East, who was actually, you know, in our top 10. Don't we just get the spoiler out? But you got Austin East there, as well as some other teams. You got Sweetwater. I mean, these teams, I think they may not be the best overall, but I think they're just so evenly matched to on any given Friday, either one of those teams could beat another. I think, but probably, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, probably the real strong team in that division in the east side would probably be Austin East, though.
Yeah, I think so. What do you think, Mr.?
Well, I mean, I really think Chris has got a good argument for what he picked there in 2A, and I think all those schools are very evenly matched. So, in my opinion, I mean, I think that's a great argument for one of the best classifications. I think going, if you look at this, you know, this year and the previous years, I mean, obviously 6A, like Chris said, has got the big powerhouse schools and all those kind of things, so it's be easy to say and have an argument for that. But I really think 5A now. I think next year 6A is going to be, because of the people that are moving up, and Catholic and Morristown West and Min County going to 6A, you're going to have a big argument. That's probably the best conference. But I think it's between 4A and 5A, and I'll tell you why. In 5A, you have a lot of the schools like the Morristown West, you got Halls, Daniel Boone, Witherspoon. You go down to McMinn County, that'll be Oak Ridge this year. You also go into the Sentinel that was 9-1 this year. You also have this one team, Beach, which is, not to bring his name up, where Jalen Hurd went to school at. But you got some big teams down there, and then Ray Counties, which is always a big school. Every single year we talk about it. This is also the one you got Farragut 9-1. And like Chris was saying, this is always a competitive league as well. I think it will change, and don't forget Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge is definitely always in there. But what I believe why 5A is probably one of the biggest ones is because, like Chris was saying, in 2A, every week you got to play somebody normally that's pretty good. Now, every year changes, and sometimes like you have teams that kind of go up and down, of course. But I think this year for me would be 5A. My argument just be kind of out of the evenness is what we're kind of going on here. But I think going into next year, even though 6A is usually always the big baddest schools, you are going to have a big argument for having the best schools maybe in 5A or 6A, I'm sorry. And then, I think here in the next few years they're going to change the conferences around. You're going to see Elizabethton probably move some. I know Chris won't like to see that probably, But, I don't know. I would like to see it happen just for, getting the better competition. But that's where I would think it'd be is in 5A.
Well, we all got different opinions. Like I said, mine is 4A.
Okay.
And 4A, look at the teams you got in the 4A. You got Greenville, 10-0. You got Knoxville Carter, and we talked about this earlier. Carter Central, Knox West, everybody beat up on everybody else in that Knoxville region. But you've got Fulton, state champions last year. You've got Catholic right there. You've got Spring Hill. You've got Chattanooga Central. You got teams that are usually
Pearl Calm.
They've been in the state. You've got a lot of teams that come like Memphis East. You've got a lot of teams in that Class 4A. And like Chris, you hit on a perfect point just a second ago. Some of these teams are moving, just like Catholic is moving. Greenville probably next year will be the class. Fulton will still be there, but Greenville with their quarterback, with Kane Ballard, they will be the team to beat next year. And hey, you can't give up on them this year. They're 10-0, and when you score 70 points on Knox Carter,
to 0,
70 points.
Yeah.
But, they're not letting up. Coach Ballard told us they're not letting up.
No, they shouldn't. No. You got to make statements going in the playoffs. You got to let them know, hey, we're for real. We're not sleeping on anybody. And that shows that he's got them well prepared because he's not taking any team for granted.
No.
So he's going there with the pedal to the metal. Can't help it we scored 70. I mean, that's just,
That's what we do.
That's what you do, yeah.
That's what we do. Yeah. That's Greenville. Let's go check in and see what's going on with Bart Lyons.
All right, guys, a lot of action up here in Upper East Tennessee. We'll start off up on the mountain, up on Roll Mountain, where Clallan defeated Harriman 60-56, and some say this was the best game of the week. Noah Arnett, the big running back for the Highlanders, got Johnson Press Player of the Week, and the Highlanders, next opponent, they'll go and I think they'll play against Cofield. That'll be an interesting matchup as well, so it should be a good game. Well, come on down the mountain a little bit, go to Hampton, where the Bulldogs took a bite out of Sweetwater with a 54-7 win. McLean, Russell, and company have it rolling pretty good for first-year head coach Mike Lunsford Jr. So next up for the Bulldogs is them Austin East Roadrunners, and that should be another big-time matchup. Dobbins Bennett, big surprise, defeated Smyrna in round one, so Dobbins Bennett's got it back on track. And unfortunately, they have to have a rematch with State Power Maryville Rebels. And the Indians will go down to Maryville and take on George Quarles and company. Should be a tough matchup. But glad to see them getting on the winning side there. All right, Science Hill Hilltoppers, big win over Murfreesboro Siegel. Hey, I got to give some credit to the guys up front, guys. The offensive line, Blake Austin, Zach Colvin, Trey Gastiger, Austin Cox, Chad Gage, Nakai Smith, and Avery Conklin really done a great job up front controlling the line of scrimmage. The good thing is we got the win. The bad thing is we got to go to Murfreesboro to take on number one ranked State Power, Murfreesboro Oakland, and they're ranked number one in all classifications by Max Prep. So very good football program, and we'll have our work cut out for us, no doubt. Elizabethton, hey, they got a big win over McMinn Central. last Friday, Corey Russell controls the quarterback, and even our good friend Evan Sewell had a big catch for a score for the Cyclones. CAK will be up next for the Cyclones, and Sandra Jones and company. They'll have it rolling pretty good. So look for the Cyclones to make some noise in the playoffs. Greenville Green Devils beat Knox Cars 70-0. Next up for the Green Devils, they'll take on Knox Central, and in round 2. So it should be an interesting matchup as well. And what about those Happy Valley Warriors? They defeated Rockwood 35-14. Sage Hahn and company have it really rolling for the Happy Valley Warriors, and they'll play at home again. They'll take on Knoxville Grace Christian in a big round 2 matchup. So a lot of good football going on up here, and hopefully these teams can continue to progress, and should be some interesting matchups. But definitely, Science Hill Hilltoppers, we've got our work cut out for us going down to Murfreesboro. So hope all is well, and we'll keep this thing going, and I'll talk to you guys next week.
Thanks, Bart. Bart hit on some good things right there. You know, they got a tough matchup tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah.
They play Murfreesboro, Oakland. You got to make that journey to Middle Tennessee. You know, I just don't know.
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that later. But you know, you know, they had a great win last week. You know, they had a really good win, and they needed that. They needed that confidence builder before they played Murfreesboro, Oakland. Now let's check in and see what's going on in Western Carolina with David Crompton. Let's go check in now and see what's going on up in the Western Carolina market with David Crompton. David, let's talk about things. It's not playoff time yet. You said since because of the storm came, there's an extra week. Talk about it and tell us what's going on up there.
Well, basically, the regular season ended Friday night, and you know, every year in history you go right into the playoffs, but because of the hurricane this year, there's just basically an open week. They have no teams have been seeded. They have released no brackets. They will do that on the 12th, and then we dive right into the playoffs on the 12th.
Oh, okay.
But we did have quite a few things happen this past Friday night. Mm-hmm. In the Mountain Atlantic Conference, the MAC Conference, the 3A, 4A, Asheville High beat Irwin. So that put Irwin down in 4th place, and they're going to get a pretty low seed in the playoffs. Reynolds won the conference. Robertson and Asheville tied for 2nd, and they'll be an 8 or a 9 seed.
Okay.
But the upset of the week, you know, we talked about Pisgah and Tuscola rolling all year long. We didn't say much about the Brevard Blue Devils,
right?
And they're in the WNC. The Western North Carolina Athletic Conference with Pisgah and Tuscola.
Uh-huh.
They were quietly 9-1 going into the regular season final against Pisgah, and they went out there and just basically laid the wood to Pisgah. So Pisgah suffered their first loss. So Brevard, Pisgah, and Tuscola, all three are the tri champions of the WNC Athletic Conference.
Okay.
And the speculation, I talked to Chuck today, is that Brevard will get a number 2 seed in the 2A bracket because it's a 2A, 3A conference.
Uh-huh.
Pisgah will get a number 2 seed from the West in the 3A, and he thinks that Tuscola could slip to 4 or 5 for the seeding, but they will play at least a first-round game at home.
Oh, okay.
So, but, you know, there's not a lot, you know, right now it gives everybody a chance to heal up and find out who they're playing in the first round on the 12th and get ready to play the following Friday night. So next week I'll have some games and some seedings and some brackets for you.
All right. Well, David, we appreciate all that you do, and we're sorry we missed out on that big UT get-together last Saturday, but I tell you what, you invite us again, we'll be there.
Hey, I tell you, we were sitting up in Terry Anderson's suite. You missed it. Wasn't much of a ball game, but there was great company. So.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to it. So, David, you take care of yourself and take care of the family member there, and we'll talk to you next week. And what you say? What's the last word?
Go Vols.
Go Vols.
Baby.
Mr. David Crompton, he's our correspondent in the Western Carolina markets. He's getting ready for the playoffs up there, so he'll have all the coverage right here on Your High School Sports. We'll be right back.
Just look at all those freshly made Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm sure it makes you want one or a dozen right now. So come visit our locally owned and operated Krispy Kreme donuts in Pigeon Forge. Our Krispy Kreme donuts are made fresh daily, our service is fast and friendly, and the taste will put a smile on anyone's face. Krispy Kreme is a fundraising favorite, so call us today to help support your school or community fundraising efforts. Our delivery truck is there when you need us. Krispy Kreme Donuts on the Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
Get the right services you need from a name you can trust at Crescent Center Drugs. Whether it's hormone replacement therapy or if you need to update your immunizations for flu, pneumonia, or shingles, Crescent Center Drugs has a professional and friendly staff, always ready to take care of you. That's why for many years, Crescent Center Drugs has been your good neighbor pharmacy. Right now, getting your medicine is fast and easy when you sign up for the IVR system. It's simple. Once your prescription is filled, your box is scanned, and you instantly receive a phone call or text for pickup. Visit Crescent Center Drugs inside the Crescent Shopping Center.
Volunteer Chevrolet is your friendly hometown dealership, proudly serving the region for over 20 years. At Volunteer Chevrolet, you'll get great offers on select new vehicles, from Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs. So come see the new look at Volunteer Chevrolet and take advantage of their great deals. Volunteer Chevrolet is still easy to find on 400 Winfield Dunn Parkway, Sevierville. Volunteer Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of YourHighSchoolSports.com, Sevier County.
Five Oaks Tires, carrying top name brands Michelin Tires and BF Goodwrench Tires. Visit 5oakstire.com. Located on 1425 Parkway, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, or call 5 Oaks Tires at 865-453-3469.
From the Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda Deal Desk, I'm Lenny Lawson.
And I'm Abby Lawson with more great reasons you've just got to get to Gateway.
15 Ford Edge, $24.9 or just $299 a month. 16 Ford F-150, $22.9 or just $289 a month. Only at Gateway in Greenville.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Aaron Cole. You're rocking with Your High School Sports.
Welcome back to Your High School Sports. I'm your host, Roddy Woods, along with Chris Blevins and Chris Reddick. We're here. We're talking playoffs, guys. It's time to break down Class 1A, 2A, and Class 3A. You know, what we're trying to do is we're trying to set it up in our market. That's what we're working on, our market right now. In Class 1A, you've got some good games. Let me go through them and let you know. Cloudon and Harriman, Coalfield and Hancock County. Well, that was last week. No, yeah. Coalfield and Cloudon, Oneida and Greenback. We're into second round play, guys. What do you think? Let's talk about the Cloudon and Coalfield game. That's from Cloudon, from up your neck.
Yeah, Cloudon. Tell you what, this team is at 4-6. Don't let it deceive you. If you look at their schedule and who they played, one being Catholic, brutal. But what a schedule like that does, it prepares you for the playoffs. So very talented, great team of Coalfield is who they're going to have to play now and one. So that looks good for Coalfield, but like I said, Coalfield cannot take this game for granted. Coach Mike, he's going to have his team ready with Cloudon, and this is going to be an exciting game. Like I said, may give the edge a little to Coalfield, but like I said, I'm going to be rooting real hard for Cloudon to maybe sneak and get a victory.
But go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say in the next game, in the Oneida Greenback game, I mean, Greenback's going to have to score more than 1 point going forward.
That's because the forfeit. No. What happened? That was a forfeit. That was a forfeit. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. I knew it had to be something with that forfeit game. But I think that Greenback's got a great chance being at home against Oneida to go up against Cloudon, I think. So
let me ask you this. Wait a minute here.
Oh, so you got Cloudon over Coalfield.
Let's get back to this Greenback Oneida game. The one thing that Cloudon's got going and Coalfield have, they played a game in the playoffs. Okay, Greenback got a forfeit last week. You know, this is their very first game.
Yeah.
You know, jitters, butterflies, all the things that they got out in the first round is going to be on them.
Yeah.
And going back to the Cloudon Coalfield game, Coalfield's got to travel. It's a long way to Cloud now.
Yeah, and I think that what Chris was saying about Cloudon playing all the competition throughout the season, when they come and play Coalfield's probably looking at what you said, Chris, 4-6, and then bam.
But I tell you what, he will have his team ready for Coalfield. I mean, hey, up in the mountains too, and that weather's going to change next week. It's going to different. It can be nice in Elizabeth and then snowing in Cloudland. So it's going to be one to watch. But yeah, that Greenback, all series green and back on Nia, that's going to be a nice one too. I mean, actually, Class 1A has. That's a nice lineup for this week. That's going to be some good football.
Very much.
All right, let's move to 2A. Happy Valley and Knox Grace. And Hampton and Austin East. Let's tackle the Hampton-Austin East game. We know everything about Happy Valley, but that Hampton-Austin East game should be a good one. It'll be at Austin East. It should be really a lot of points. Hampton likes to put a lot of points on the board. And Austin East. Both have a lot of speed. That should be a really good game.
Yeah, now Coach Mike Jr. here with Hampton, learning from his daddy, he's going to have this team very prepared for Austin East. There's no secrets with Austin East. We know what they can do. I mean, we know all the weapons they have. They have top-rated quarterback, he's highly prospected kid, very talented team with Austin East. So they can't hide any of it. So what Hampton's going to have to do, they're going to have to figure out how to stop it.
Yeah.
That's where the trick's going to be. The key is how are we going to stop it? So are we going to play keep up? Meaning when Austin East score, because we know Austin East is going to put points up.
Yeah, they're going to score.
We're going to play keep up, or are we going to find a way to shut them down and contain them? That's going to be the question. But, I'm going to have to give the edge. Austin East has been playing just some dynamite ball throughout the year. I'm going to have to give the edge to Austin East.
Well, I think Austin East and Hampton are kind of peaking at the right time. Austin East kind of started, not started slow, but kind of like, well, are they going to be there or not? And then bam, they just started knocking off wins. I really think, like what Roddy was saying, all the athletes on the team, but then go back to Chris's point, I really think it happens every playoff time. Do you want to score with somebody, or do you want to start taking away something that they do really well? So if it's the quarterback, are we going to spy on him and we're just going to stay with him and try to let the outside people beat us when it comes to the edge and the running backs? Or are we going to get out there and we're going to bucket the line? Or are we just going to try to keep up with the score, which in my opinion, if you look at, when we get a little farther in the Oak Ridge here, the blueprint is probably to slow the game down on these big, fast teams. But like Hampton and Austin East is different because they both like to score a lot of points.
Hampton likes to put points
so they like to put the point on the board. So that might be their decision on this. But I always think try to take something away from the other team. And obviously I think Happy Valley in that first game is going to win.
Oh,
but,
yeah. That's why
I think that Hampton and Austin East is going to be a great game.
That's why we skipped Hampton Grace, because Happy Valley is a well put together team.
Very talented team. They got a lot. I remember seeing a lot of these kids play as sophomores, and I knew they were going to be something special. Like I said, they had the little slip up there against Hampton, but I mean, hey, that's a crosstown rivalry there. I mean, it's kind of like, we talk about Science Hill Elizabeth. I mean, any given Friday, you don't know what's going to happen. So, 9-1, 10-0, however you want to call it. I know it says 9-1 on paper, but this team is going to be ready to play. And like you talked about, I think they should get by Grace, and we should be looking at Happy Valley, Austin East.
What do you think if Happy Valley and Hampton was to come back together? What kind of game would that be?
That's going to be interesting. If you get Happy Valley and Hampton coming back together, and let's see, that's going to have to be played at Happy Valley. Is that right?
Hampton.
Yeah, Hampton would have the
home field.
Oh, they would have the home field?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you lost it once you lost. Okay.
No.
All right. Oh, boy. We'll
have to wait and see.
But I think Austin East is probably going to get through Hampton.
All right.
That's the exciting things about the playoff, man.
And anything can happen.
All right. Class 3A. We're going to skip Alco and Scott, but let me tell you something.
Whoa. What are you going to skip Alco and Scott?
Don't sleep on Scott Kennedy.
That's what I
Don't sleep on Scott Kennedy. But Alco is Alco.
Yeah.
They're going after that gold ball. They know how to win. They know how to win that gold ball when they get there. So they know Coach Rank will have his team ready. Alco will be ready. All right, let's just go on to Elizabeth and the CAK. You've been talking about this all year. What Elizabethan has to do. We talked to Coach Sean Witten about what he needed to do. He went to Alcoa and they scrimmaged Alcoa. They got to get better because at the end of the season, his schedule gets a little weak. But this CAK game has got to travel up to Elizabeth. They're without their quarterback.
I tell you what, though. Elizabeth is without their quarterback. That's Carter Everett, standing, 6'6". I mean, nice specimen. Actually runs a little bit. You know, he can see everybody, so he makes nice passes. But let me tell you something. You know who their backup quarterback is, don't you? Mr. Corey Russell.
Yes.
Their flash running back slash receiver slash little bit of quarterback, wildcat. So, believe it or not, even though Carter Everett is a great quarterback, but this may actually make Elizabethton a little bit more dangerous because now you got Corey Russell playing kind of a wildcat type quarterback position. But guess what? You got Mr. J.T. Turner, who was the starting running back last year. They just slid him over to receiver because Corey was predominantly playing running back. You just move him right back to running back. So now, I mean, it's still like you've got pretty much the same team with the same weapons. And we don't want to talk about Mr. Johnson at wide receiver. I mean, he's still going to be a dangerous weapon. They worked real well this past week, put a lot of points on the board. So I don't think they're going to miss a beat there on offense. But here's where it gets interesting is on defense. Because defensive line, I'm good with them. But I'm going to ask that they put a little more into this game because that defensive line is going to have to put a lot of pressure on the quarterback because, unfortunately, a lot of the teams we played throughout the year, they haven't been past teams. So our DBs haven't really been tested much. So I tell you what, that defensive line puts that pressure on them and makes it interesting for those receivers that have a hard time getting open. Then we're talking about Elizabethton having an advantage. But like I said, where we haven't really played much with a passing team, it's still anything can happen. A lot of points we know definitely is going to be on the board. But I'm going to give the edge since they're playing at home. And Elizabethton's going to remember what happened last year.
Wait on that.
CAK, you don't want me to call it yet?
No,
okay. Is that one of our?
That's one of our picks. Leave it alone.
Okay.
Chris, what do you think? Elizabethton has been there, but CAK.
I think it's Chris hitting right where I was going. You know, they haven't played a lot of teams that can throw the ball like this, and it goes back to what we talked about in the classifications. You know, they play a lot of tough teams in the beginning. They kind of go through this slump where they just and they don't get a lot of challenges. And now, going back to when they scrimmage Alcoa back at the beginning there in the preseason, that's going to come into play, and just really getting playoff ready. That's so hard to do when you're sometimes in these conferences where you don't have a lot of great competition like you're going to meet here. But I think Elizabethton, man, they've been here the past 2 or 3 years just waiting to get over the hump. I think this is possibly the year, and we'll pick it here in a little bit.
We'll pick it in a little bit. All right. So when we come back here on Your High School Sports, powered by Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda, home with a lifetime warranty, we're going to set up classes 4, 5, and 6. So make sure you stay right here with us. We'll be right back.
The revolutionary safety of the Michelin Premier family of tires is now available for more cars, trucks, minivans, and SUVs. So whatever you drive, you can take on wet or slippery roads with confidence mile after mile. Double D Tire can help you take changing weather in stride and save. Double D Tire has been family owned and operated since 1981. Owners Tommy and Flint Carter specialize in tires, alignments, brakes, suspension repairing, and custom wheels. Double D Tire would like to thank all their customers and look forward to serving you in the future.
A milestone, 49 years in the automotive business. Phil Bachman and Myron Bernard have provided the automotive needs for people from Northeast Tennessee, Southwest Virginia, Western North Carolina with the vehicles that they desire. Choose from Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and Cadillac right here at Bachman Bernard in Greenville. We're in the prettiest area. We give the lowest prices, the highest rebates, and the best interest rates. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac right here in Greenville, where as always, we're gonna save you money.
From the day your child is born through the completion of high school or college, Hamlin Pediatric and Hometown Pediatric will be there to provide all your child's healthcare needs at one of our 3 convenient locations, Morristown, Jefferson City, or Hometown Pediatric in Sevierville. Our physicians, nurse practitioners, physician assistants, and staff look forward to meeting you. Visit our website, www.hpapeds.com, for more information.
Claybo's Campground and Cabins and Claybo's Market and Grill have been family owned and operated since 1978. Claybo's Campground is spacious with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Claybo's Market offers Exxon gas, a full grocery line, and camping supplies. Their delicious deli provides fantastic food and daily specials. Visit Claybo's Market and make reservations at Claybo's Campgrounds and Cabins located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
It's the day, it's finally arrived, it's your wedding day. It's the moment you've been waiting all your life, it's your wedding day.
Ah, your wedding day, that one special day in your life you'll never forget. So let Venture Productions capture all those special moments at your wedding for you to treasure a lifetime. Our approach to videography is one of creativity and excellence. Call Venture Productions for your video services.
It's the moment you've been waiting all your life, it's your wedding day. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
From the Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda Deal Desk, I'm Lenny Lawson.
And I'm Abby Lawson with more great reasons you've just got to get to Gateway.
16 Ford Focus SC, $5,000 off for $169 a month. Ford Fusion SC, $19,900 or just $239 a month. Only at Gateway in Greenville.
Welcome back to Your High School Sports. I'm Rodney Woods, your host, along with the guys, Chris Blevins and Chris Redditt. And we're talking playoff football. There's no more exciting time. There's all kinds of things going on. There's playoffs. Thanksgiving's right around the corner.
Yep.
Coach for the needy. You know, we got all kinds of things going on here for Your High School Sports.
And some hair. You're gonna let some hair grow.
Yeah.
So I gotta let some hair.
You gotta let some hair grow. It's no shave for November. So make sure you help out. That is for prostate
I gotta let
cancer.
this grow too.
Nah, you can do that. I'm leaving it alone. All right.
I'll take up the slack.
Chris taking up the slack. But we'll talk about all those things later on in the show. But Class 4A, guys, you know, that's my classification now. You got Greenville, Knox Central, and the Fulton Catholic game.
Man.
Let's start with Greenville and Central first.
That's Greenville. I mean, I think Greenville's too. I mean, just like they've in the past. I mean, they're ready for playoffs. I mean, they play too many people, and having that quarterback, Mr. Ballard, there. I mean, he's going to throw it all over Knox Central. It might be another 70-0. So I think that could be Greenville. But now, Knox Central is still a good team. I think they've got a lot to come out there. I don't think either definitely no sleeper team or pushover. I'm not talking down on that Knox Central. I just think Greenville's that good.
Well, last time we were at Greenville, Coach Ballard talked about the key game was when they played Morristown West. And he said, you know, they beat Morristown West, and that kind of got them over
Set the tone, yeah. Set the
tone
what they could do.
The season, you know, and they've been tough. You know, when you score 80 and 60 and 70 points, and some of those teams were pretty good.
Right.
You know, you scored 70 points against Cherokee. That was pretty good. You know, that teams, they didn't just beat no rinky-dink.
No, but you just hit on something. What was that score with Morristown West?
It was close. 13-7.
Yeah.
13-7. What did Catholic do to Morristown West?
I just don't even go there.
I'm not just setting up a preview of, I'm just saying.
I know.
They sent an illegal player in.
But anyway, I know I'm jumping the gun, but I'm jumping the gun.
Okay, because that's quarterfinal round. Okay, Knox, Fulton, and Catholic. I'm going to set that up.
Man.
This is a game.
I love that game.
This is a game that if you had to be a little bit leery of for Catholic, there's everything on the line for this game, guys.
We look this is what it looked like last year, but guess who was on top? Fulton, as far as going into the game. They were number one, won the conference. Catholic didn't like that. Catholic had a year just like Fulton, 6-4, barely make it into the playoffs.
Sure did.
And Catholic comes home with a gold ball. Guess what? Coach Black. He's going to have his players remember that moment. He's probably telling the story just like I told it, with a little more, umph in it. And he's going to remind those players, this is what Catholic did to us last year. We were supposed to have that gold ball. This year, we got a little oopsie daisy going on. Like I said, I saw Fulton play at the beginning of the year. I hate to say it, Morristown East State. It was ugly.
It was ugly.
It was ugly. So they have the talent, they have the skills, they have the coach, they have the pedigree, they've been there, they've had the gold balls. Catholic, you cannot sleep on Fulton. I think Coach knows that. So do we pick this now or later?
No.
Okay.
Well, here's what I think. I think Fulton has got so much poster material to go against Catholic, and it shows in that first game they played here against Sullivan East. 9-1 Sullivan East, so they've had a good season. 60-0. And I bet you every time they snapped the ball, they were thinking about Catholic. And you add on to the fact that this season has all been dedicated to number 24, Dobson. So they are thinking about this being a special year and beating. If they beat Catholic, look out Greenville. Look out Greenville. You got a team that is hungry. Now, I think Greenville is too. That might be another game we need to keep planning to see. But that could be something too. But Fulton has got a great chance. They got so much bulletin
That's
material.
my boom or bust team.
That's true. That's true.
All right. Class 5A, Morristown West, Knoxville Halls, South Dahl, and Gibbs. South Dahl beat Morristown East, and Crockett beat Gibbs. Let's do Morristown West and Halls. West has, we talked about this last week, fans. West has the easiest road to the semis.
It is one of those somewhat easy. Once you got to figure out this Halls game.
Yes.
They can't overlook Halls. It's going to be a tough matchup. But yeah, if they get past Halls, they may have a nice road to the quarters. But they gotta watch that Halls.
I just want to see Morristown West be consistent. I think Morristown West is a really good football team, and I was picking them in the beginning like, oh man, this is their year. Now they're here. They gotta. I mean, now it's one or done, right? So you lose, you go home. You can't mess up. You can't have these little games where you just have these twerks. I think Morristown West got all the keys. I mean, I was looking the other day. Mr. Blevins there, the running back there. He's had like 3 or 4 straight games with like 300 plus rushing yards. People were talking about maybe being Mr. Football in the conversation of that. They've got great talent on the team, and they got big talent, big offensive line, a running back with speed. I mean, you look at some of the teams down through here. I mean, I think they got a great chance, but they've got to get consistent and get through these games. I mean, like that game there, you talked about being down to Heritage at halftime.
21-14.
And then come back and win 30-21. Yeah. They've got everything it takes to be a good team. I really want to see Morristown West do good.
It's the defense that Morristown West is having trouble. See, their offense is pretty much the same as last year. I think they lost my man that went to Wake Forest. But other than that, same team. Defense lost just about everybody. So that's what's hurting them, Chris, is the defense.
And the next thing
but if they can pick it up, because you got to remember, this is really a new season. When you play a whole season, it's kind of like these guys are growing up. They can do something like Sevier County.
And they should be so excited. I'm glad you bring that up. They should be so excited. Sevier County even here. They should be like chomping at the bit. Like, here, this is the time.
You look down to the bottom. You know, Oak Ridge is out. You know, you've got 2 teams.
That's what I'm saying.
You got 3 teams down there.
We got to talk about that
Ray
too.
County, Farragut, and Ooltewah. But you know, Walker Valley right there. That coming out of that bottom bracket of this East Tennessee. You know, you've got some good teams, but Morristown West, I'm still thinking semis. I think the game last week, being down 21-14 at halftime, they shook them up.
Right, I do too.
They come out. All right, let's jump to 6A.
You got to talk about Oak Ridge real quick.
Nah.
But here's the thing, though. We've been talking about, that was my kind of, your boomer bust team. Oh, you've been saying that's your team, but we've been talking about it. Man, what a letdown in the past 4 games.
That's why we love this
1
game.
and 4 in the past. You just never know. That's why. Yeah, you're exactly right.
Well, you know,
I mean, it's just
fair,
unbelievable.
They were a target team this year. Everybody was out, to play their best. In other words, that's the type of team. Anytime they go out, everybody's going to give it 110. So
I agree with that, but that's what you've been working so hard for, to have that target on you and ready to go. I mean, I just feel so like that blueprint we talked about, like
McMinn County.
I mean, they started it, and that man, Oak Ridge should. Woo, man.
This was their year.
Man.
It was their year. Those Sevier County, you had a good way to go, but they.
Well, I tell you what, it was somewhat the year. I had a little inside. My homeboy, whose son plays on the team, Mr. Kwayu, he told me, he said, we're going to warm up into some things, but I think they kind of did it opposite. They started off strong, and then they kind of deflated a little. But this team going to be dangerous next year. You watch and see.
I got you.
No T. Higgins.
All right.
They got a lot, trust me, they got a lot of weapons. Oak Ridge, they're going to be good next year.
All right, 6A, Maryville, Dobbins Bennett, Bradley Central, Blackman, Hardin Valley still in, plays Riverdale and Science Hill at Oakland. Let's go up from the bottom. Oakland, Science Hill.
Well, if you just go off and just kind of plug Coach T here real quick, they've been doing some things about kind of matchups there, and they have Oakland over Science Hill at 98% chance. So that's kind of, but you can't sleep on Science Hill. Oakland's a great football team. I think Science Hill's peaking at the right time. I think they've got a little bit for Oakland. They can keep it close in the first half, kind of like Heritage did with Morristown West, and kind of see where it goes from there.
Yeah, you're right.
And I'm sure Bart, talked about that earlier, but I think that could be the challenge.
And talking to Coach Carter a couple of weeks ago, his team, he said they were healthy at the right point, at the right time of the year. They're clicking. They found some new weapons. You never know.
I'm going to put you like this. They're on fire, but they're going to need some rain. They're going to need a rainy game, muddy, slick, a lot of things happening. Then it could be something interesting besides it. On fire, but they need rain.
All right, Riverdale, Hardin Valley. Hardin Valley has an up-and-coming star in Aaron Dykes.
Ooh.
Let me tell you, your team made the ETSU.
Oh, yeah, Scotty Dykes. You said he may be better, huh?
He had some runs last week against Warren County that was Barry Sanders-like, breaking ankles.
Hey,
he can play.
The kid is 7. He's just a junior.
Yes.
So, I mean, kind of like how we were talking about T. Higgins and
yes,
Amari last year. I mean, this is the kid, Dykes is the kid that definitely all eyes are going to be on him. And you want to really shine and set things up for next year.
Right here,
this is the time to make noise because you're in the big boy club at 6A. So, Hardin Valley, we warmed you guys up to Hardin Valley, and it's kind of worked like a charm, like we had the crystal ball here. Well, guess what? We're here. They got a superstar like Dykes. Dykes, you know what to do. I'm first talk to Scotty. You know what to say to your son. You know what to say. Get him fired up, get him ready, get the rest of the team going, and let's see Hardin Valley get by Riverdale so we can set it up for that rainy game of whoever wins that hill.
Yeah, and I think our crystal ball is leaning towards Hardin Valley, but I think this game right here is the test to say, hey, when you go up against Riverdale for the past 4 or 5 years has been right there every time, and it's one of those teams we were like, who's Riverdale? And boom, bam, here they come. And so Hardin Valley's got a test here, but I think our crystal ball might be leading us in the right direction.
There we go.
So. All right, Blackman and Bradley Central. Bradley Central's kind of, they were up. We all thought they were going to play Maryville for the championship. Now, Blackman is another team from Middle Tennessee. They're 7-3, but a good quality football team's been in the top 10 all year long.
Yeah.
I think it's Bradley Central will have to play hard.
No doubt. This is actually probably one of the best matchups, I guess, in 6A that we're going to see for this round.
Right.
I saw Bradley Central play, and I'm going to stick with them. I think they can squeak through this one.
Okay. And I'm going to go the opposite way. I think Bradley Central's kind of like the Morristown West. Kind of up and down, back and forth. Blackman's the consistent teams that always are there, and they're at home. So I'm going to go with Blackman, just because of the simple fact of being at home and Bradley Central having some inconsistencies.
Got you. Maryville and Dobbins Bennett. First time around?
Dobbins Bennett can put points on the board, but are you going to stop the Rebels? Now,
the Rebels will stop themselves. That's the only way to.
You got to beat a team twice. That that always can be a little X factor. But we're talking about Maryville. They remembered what happened to them last year. Dobbins Bennett, I know you're making a comeback, great win last week, but we're talking about Maryville.
Talking about Maryville. Yeah. All right, we got. You got something to say?
No, I would say that's at home.
That's why I was moving on. Because I know you at the beginning of the year you were.
I was skeptical.
You were anti-Maryville
now. Done.
But that's done. It's Maryville. Okay.
Maryville.
All right. So when we come back here on Your High School Sports, we're going to set up our top 10. We're the only one that has a top 10 now. The TSSAA has stopped their poll, but we got our top 10. And we're going to set up the Ball Corporation games of the week. So make sure you come right back.
Coach for the needy.
And Coach for the needy. Yep. We're still asking you to chime in and bring Coach to Crescent Center. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we come back right here on Your High School Sports, powered by Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda, home of the lifetime warranty.
Get the right services you need from a name you can trust at Crescent Center Drugs. Whether it's hormone replacement therapy or if you need to update your immunizations for flu, pneumonia, or shingles, Crescent Center Drugs has a professional and friendly staff always ready to take care of you. That's why for many years, Crescent Center Drugs has been your good neighbor pharmacy. Right now, getting your medicine is fast and easy when you sign up for the IVR system. It's simple. Once your prescription is filled, your box is scanned, and you instantly receive a phone call or text for pickup. Visit Crescent Center Drugs inside the Crescent Shopping Center.
Volunteer Chevrolet is your friendly hometown dealership, proudly serving the region for over 20 years. At Volunteer Chevrolet, you'll get great offers on select new vehicles, from Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs. So come see the new look at Volunteer Chevrolet and take advantage of their great deals. Volunteer Chevrolet is still easy to find on 400 Winfield Dunn Parkway, Sevierville. Volunteer Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of YourHighSchoolSports.com, Sevier County.
Five Oaks Tires, carrying top name brands Michelin Tires and BF Goodwrench Tires. Visit 5oakstire.com. Located on 1425 Parkway, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, or call 5 Oaks Tires at 865-453-3469.
From the day your child is born through the completion of high school or college, Hamlin Pediatric and Hometown Pediatric will be there to provide all your child's healthcare needs at one of our 3 convenient locations: Morristown, Jefferson City, or Hometown Pediatric in Sevierville. Our physicians, nurse practitioners, physician assistants, and staff look forward to meeting you. Visit our website, www.hpapeds.com, for more information. Claybo's Campground and Cabins and Claybo's Market and Grill have been family-owned and operated since 1978. Claybo's Campground is spacious, with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Claybo's Market offers Exxon gas, a full grocery line, and camping supplies. Their delicious deli provides fantastic food and daily specials. Visit Claybo's Market and make reservations at Claybo's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
This is the clay, expertly crafted, that became the dishes on our tables. This is the grain, traditionally stone ground, that became the fresh-baked bread we serve every day. And this is the home, famously designed, that became the most unique setting for casual dining in Pigeon Forge. From our custom dishware to our delicious food, you can see the ingredients that make the Pottery House Cafe special. The Pottery House Cafe and Grill. Come experience our quality and our heritage.
From the Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda Deal Desk, I'm Lenny Lawson.
And I'm Abby Lawson with more great reasons you've just got to get to Gateway.
15 Ford Edge, 24.9 or just $299 a month. 16 Ford F-150, 22.9 or just $289 a month. Only at Gateway in Greenville.
Welcome back to Your High School Sports, this special edition. It's playoff time here in Tennessee, and we've been talking about all 6 classifications right here in the state of Tennessee. Guys, let's move forward to our top 10. Y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Maryville, number 1. Catholic is number 2. Alcoa is number 3. Greenville, number 4. Elizabethton has moved up to 5. Hardin Valley 6. Bradley Central 7. Austin East is 8. CAK is 9. And we got Science Hill back in at number 10.
Okay. I'll go with it.
All right. You good with that?
I mean, Science Hill there at the end, but I'll take it.
He wants West.
Yeah, I think Morristown West should be in there a little bit, but I'll take it for what it is. We'll see how it goes this next week.
I was saying Morristown West, but he said Science Hill would beat Morristown West.
We'll have to see.
That's what now.
Well, they won't match up.
Yeah, they won't match up, but we'll see who goes farther. You know,
Good arguing debate.
We talk about that.
All right. It's time for the Ball Corporation Games of the Week. And the way we're doing the Games of the Week, the Ball Corporation Games of the Week this week is all 6 classifications. We've picked the best game that we think that will have the best matchup, and we're going to pick that game. So out of Class 1A, Greenback versus Oneida.
Greenback.
I think Greenback too. I think Oneida is also a team that could beat them though, but I'll take Greenback.
All right, Class 2A, Hampton versus Austin East.
They are on fire.
That's the game in the thing. I kind of leaning towards Hampton a little bit, so I'm gonna take Hampton.
All right, here's a game right here. Class 3A, Elizabethan versus CAK.
Okay, everyone knows my thoughts on it, but guess what, Betsy? This is the time to get over the hump, and this is the year to do it. Betsy.
Yep, and I believe in Chris, and I believe in Elizabethan, and I think they've been waiting a long time to keep going. They beat this when they're going to go far.
All right. The class of the class, Class 4A, Knoxville Fulton versus Catholic.
I got a coin.
You want to flip it?
Bad flip. Hey.
I'm taking Fulton.
Okay.
Catholic.
All right. 5A, Farragut, Ray County.
Farragut.
I'm going Farragut.
And Class 6A, Blackman versus Bradley Central. We touched on it a little bit.
I kind of already cheated. I said Central, so.
Yeah, and I think Blackman. I think the consistency of Blackman and the uncertainty of Bradley Central and the quarterback play. I think Blackman is definitely going to not take the game, but I think that's, like you said, might be one of the best ones on the list right there for this week. But I think Blackman.
All right. You've heard it right here on Your High School Sports. The Ball Corporation Games of the Week, a playoff edition. Guys, it's time to talk about Coats for the Needy. We need to make a hard push. We're going to be giving away Monday, November 21st. And we're looking, but you still can go by Crescent Center. They have a barrel and some boxes there for you to drop them off. We're trying to reach that 100 coat mark.
Okay.
Are we going to get there?
We're going to get there, yeah.
We're going to get there because the people that are listening right now are going to do something nice, and they're going to drop some coats off in Morristown. But if you don't live in Morristown and you know me, like I said, my church, Brown's Chapel, Amy's on Church, we're very thankful for what they did a few weeks ago. They donated some coats. So if you run into Chris, or if you run into Roddy in his town, give him a coat, and we'll take it on to Crescent Center Drugs.
All right.
We'll get it.
We'll get it. We're going to get 100. That's Coats for the Needy, sponsored by Crescent Center Drugs of Morristown and Your High School Sports. For Chris Reddick and Chris Blevins, I'm Roddy Woods, and we'll see you next time right here on Your High School Sports.
Claybo's Campground and Cabins and Claybo's Market and Grill have been family owned and operated since 1978. Claybo's Campground is spacious, with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Claybo's Market offers Exxon gas, a full grocery line, and camping supplies. Their delicious deli provides fantastic food and daily specials. Visit Claybo's Market and make reservations at Claybo's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
Get the right services you need from a name you can trust at Crescent Center Drugs. Whether it's hormone replacement therapy or if you need to update your immunizations for flu, pneumonia, or shingles, Crescent Center Drugs has a professional and friendly staff always ready to take care of you. That's why for many years, Crescent Center Drugs has been your good neighbor pharmacy. Right now, getting your medicine is fast and easy when you sign up for the IVR system. It's simple. Once your prescription is filled, your box is scanned, and you instantly receive a phone call or text for pickup. Visit Crescent Center Drugs inside the Crescent Shopping Center.
Volunteer Chevrolet is your friendly hometown dealership, proudly serving the region for over 20 years. At Volunteer Chevrolet, you'll get great offers on select new vehicles, from Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs. So come see the new look at Volunteer Chevrolet and take advantage of their great deals. Volunteer Chevrolet is still easy to find on 400 Winfield Dunn Parkway, Sevierville. Volunteer Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of YourHighSchoolSports.com, Sevier County.
Hi guys, my name's Terry. I'm a shift leader here at Good Old Days. Thank you for watching your high school sports.
You've just got to get to Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda in Greenville, online at gatewaydeal.com.
From the Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda Deal Desk, I'm Lenny Lawson.
And I'm Abby Lawson with more great reasons you've just got to get to Gateway.
15 Ford Edge, 24.9 or just $299 a month. 16 Ford F-150, 22.9 or just $289 a month. Only at Gateway in Greenville. From the Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda Deal Desk, I'm Lenny Lawson.
And I'm Abby Lawson with more great reasons you've just got to get to Gateway.
16 Ford Focus SC, $5,000 off for $169 a month. Ford Fusion SC, $19.9 or just $239 a month. Only at Gateway in Greenville.
The revolutionary safety of the Michelin Premier family of tires is now available for more cars, trucks, minivans, and SUVs. So whatever you drive, you can take on wet or slippery roads with confidence mile after mile. Double D Tire can help you take changing weather in stride and save. Double D Tire has been family owned and operated since 1981. Owners Tommy and Flint Carter specialize in tires, alignments, brakes, suspension repairing, and custom wheels. Double D Tire would like to thank all their customers and look forward to serving you in the future.
It's the day, it's finally arrived, it's your wedding day. It's the moment you've been waiting all your life, it's your wedding day.
Ah, your wedding day, that one special day in your life you'll never forget. So let Venture Productions capture all those special moments at your wedding for you to treasure a lifetime. Our approach to videography is one of creativity and excellence. Call Venture Productions for your video services.
It's the moment you've been waiting